It sucks, bro. I can't believe I'm almost done with season 12, bro. We're already halfway through, which is completely insane. Gonna get myself some coffee. Coffee. We're drinking coffee with my father. Did a no, which was being an asshole. And to say sorry, we're gonna be Kopiko as a bribe. And Kopiko tastes really good. So Julian is getting a lot of furniture, which is kind of cool. But you could have done better. Like for example, the furniture is just for him. You could have done something that is way better. That's why you always commit crime. Then they're fighting because their furniture smell like shit. Bubble is really pissed because they use his good names. They use his car, and they're right to be pissed about it. They're really right to be pissed about it because the boys kind of use them. Susan and Ricky fighting again, which is kind of annoying, but it's super toxic and we love it. See, the reality of Susan and Ricky is they're constantly fighting. It's annoying, right? But the second reality of Ricky and Susan is because they're fighting so much. It's kind of, if it's only one season, it's entertaining. If it was more than one season, it would be brilliant. So in here, it's quite aggressive. You have the trifecta. You have Ren that wins, who said that he won a lot of money, which means that he has he has the money, which means they can hire somebody else. Barb's like, holy shit, you're putting shit. Holy shit, you're putting shit behind the trailer. I'm gonna pay for you. So Rick is like, oh fuck that, but he still leaves the shit there. You got Sarah and Julian. Sarah, she made a really nice house for Julian, which doesn't add more, but at least he's getting comfortably, right? So then Ricky's coming to talk to Barb to apologize because he needs the business, and Barb's like, I can, if we bang, technically speaking, she tells him we can find a solution too. She means banging. So it's kind of cool that they bang. There's also an episode in this season, which is I think episode 9, where they're talking about how everybody banged everybody in the park, which I think is kind of cool because it's bound to happen. Like for example, it's not about the Dutcher Park. It's like, imagine if you're working in the same company for 20 plus years. People will fuck. That's normal. That's life itself. You got Bubble anniversary. I would like to have this every season. You want to have every season. You want to have Bubble anniversary. This is really funny. Listen to that. You be good on me, kitty. Listen to this. I love that. I love this. This is Donnie. Basically, Bubble has his birthday and he thinks the boys forgive him. Now, what is really, really cool is you got Julian saying, hey, we forgot the birthday of Bubble last year. It was a fucking nightmare. Look at this shit. Look at this. This is actually pretty cool. Is that it? Is that it? By the way, I have to complain about Trin and Sarah. They should have, listen. Oh, never mind. Well, Lucy left last season. Should have had another character to replace her. Assuming there's a good character to replace, but I would prefer somebody that left it that's in the park. Right, for example, what they did with Seamus. Like, with Seamus, what they did was there's this family called the Milkovich. And they have many kids. We need to introduce the character. Introduce Sandy Milkovich. which is pretty fucking cool. So you got Bubbles, they're gonna want to steal a rocket. Now, George come back and said, "Hey, dude, I'm back." And like, holy shit, I didn't know you're back. And then Ricky comes in, and then Ricky's like, he's back from the mall. And because Ricky is back from the mall, there's that urge so they're not able to steal the rocket. Which pushes Julian to buy it. And because he pushes Julian to buy it, this is when he gets arrested. You got George Green that is there, and he gets a call. He's the only one that answered the application for the trailer park supervisor, assistant trailer park supervisor. Now, George Green is a shitty character, a really shitty character in this season. I hate it. However, he has some really good. He does some really good stuff. So, for example, it protects Leahy and Randy, who are scared of Julian. And he gives us a good glimpse of if George was the trailer park supervisor, how different the show would be. But it's also good because he pushes Leahy like a cop again. And he pushes Leahy like, "You're still a cop, you're still a cop, you're still a cop." And then Randy, and that he's on a cop, Randy gets pushed around, and Randy asks Leahy to make a choice. It's either him or me, which is normal because George is kind of an asshole. And what's cool here is at the very end, it's like, okay, well, I choose Randy, right? Which I really enjoy. That being said, that's pretty much it. You got Bubbles having his party by himself. There's some chips, there's some sandwiches, some cats peanut sandwiches. So Julian buys the rocket, which is kind of cool because he did buy it. And then George get it. George tells him, "Hey, I know what you're doing. I know that you're stealing. You stole from more than 1,000. So we have this rule. If you steal for less than 1,000, it is not a criminal. You can be banned from a store, but you cannot get arrested for that. Otherwise, everybody will get arrested. You can steal for like 1,000, and if you steal for 1,000 or more, you can go to jail. So they're coming back. Then you got the rock piler saying, "Bubbles, come with us." You have a surprise party, so they gave him a space jumpsuit, which reminds us there's a whole party for Bubbles, which is really sweet because everybody's there. Everybody, right? And what is really sweet is we remind ourselves of season 5, episode 5, when the boys they have this party for Bubbles. Julian's not there, so he get arrested. Ricky thinks that he got killed, which is fucking funny because it is Ricky. And that's pretty much it. So Ricky needs to find some money. So George gave him a choice: either you pay me back, or you're arrested. So he goes to bully Randy and Leahy. But then you got George, and George is there to protect them, right? Which is fucking funny. Okay. You got the boys doing this lunch. Julian is fucking there finally, which is good. The do lunch, which is a rocket. What ended up happening with the rocket is that it hits Steve Rogers helicopter, which is a terrorist attack. It is funny, yes. Was it purposeful? Not really. You got once again, they're arrested. You got the same cop, which is also Ted. I love that it's Ted. And Ted doesn't think it's Ted because showing a missile is too much for the boys. He knows that they're shitty people, but he doesn't think they're gonna be this shitty. So they hit the chapter of Steve Rogers, they think it's a terrorist attack. It's kind of cool because possibly, culturally speaking, there's something that happened. You got Corey and Jacob who are trying to find him and Trinity that's Corey. We have the news Steve Rogers was injured and is going to hospital. He survived, which is good. But still, they're looking for people. They're really, really looking for people. Now, the police come and Bubble's like, "Yo, we didn't do nothing." I think what happened is Julian gets arrested, which gets Bubble really pissed off. And like, we have to save Julian, right? And he's mad because Julian kind of lied and said, "Hey, I'm going legit," and he didn't go legit. So he's pissed at Julian, but not pissed enough to say like he deserves to be in jail. So we have let me touch on money. So we have Marguerite Sylvie and pissed at Ricky, which is kind of cool because it pushes. So this is technically the climax of the whole Ricky as the handyman thing. He employs Jacob and Corey. They ended up fucking up and going under the trailer. Go to the trailer, they find some mushrooms, and because they find some mushrooms, they're able to get high. This is how Ricky finds the mushroom. This is looks under the trailer. It's Corey and Jacob that find it. So all credits due to Corey and Jacob. Same tower, won't be long. Give me a sec. We're back. Okay, cool. So we have this. We have Julian who's in jail. Who doesn't know? Julian is pissed to be in jail because it sucks. But it's shittier because Julian is alone. So it's not like everybody is what should we call it? It's not like everybody's in jail. It's a good time. Steinberg comes back in, and Steinberg is being an asshole. Steinberg is being an asshole. The boys gonna pay him because they're gonna pay him. They're like, oops, I like. Steinberg is like because they can't pay him. They abandon the guy. The problem here, it's not a big problem. It's kind of like a problem, is that they need to get money. So then they go to George to say, like George lied. George said, I'll lie for 5,000. So now they owe 13,000. So what they need, right? They go to Leahy and Ricky because Leahy and Randy, because they know that Leahy and Randy owe Julian some money. So it's like, okay, well, he's in jail. You have to save him. Come on. They go in. At the end, it's George that is there to protect them once again. The Ricky and Bubbles ask the whole park to help them. The whole park gives some things that they can pawn, which is kind of freaking cool. But they don't get next to anything. They get enough to sell it. You got Julian complaining about jail and how hard it is. With the pawn shop is the one we saw in season 8. So it's kind of cool that you're using the same character. We see Pencil Cup, which is kind of cool. At the end, what they end up doing is they end up having enough cash to buy it, but they have to sell the 3 cars. So the pawn check of Julian and the Green Bastard car. So Bubbles like, I don't know if I should, and then Ricky's like, you should. It's for Julian. And that is pretty much it. They go back just to get arrested by somebody. They get ambushed by somebody. It's George Green. He got a gun. And it's fucking silly because if the boy saw the gun, he had the same gun. Hey, saw this gun this morning. This is George Green. So George stopped them to get the cash. We have Kenneth being back. And Candice, she's with Julian, and Julian's like, yo, you look good. And Candice and Julian, they used to date together, right? And then Julian's like, yo, you look good. And Candice is like, I can't believe you're still a criminal. That's fucking suck, right? So they go into the courtroom. Steinberg betrays them because he doesn't have the money. Then it ends up being Ricky who goes in and talks about the whole thing. The funniest thing is here, Ricky calls George, what is the name of the guy? Gary. He calls Gary. He says he's had a consumption problem. He says that Julian did such a good job. He felt that his job was threatened. He feels like the whole he sold the thing because he needed money for his drug habits. So they push the whole thing upon George, upon Gary. Now it's kind of cool, but at the same time it's shitty because we saw this at this point. Their small season. We possibly saw this 11th time of Ricky lying to the cops or Ricky lying to the police. Same thing. Ricky lying to the court or Ricky lying. Then Candice is like, I wasn't aware of that. So what happened is the lawyer that was supposed to be there got caught with cocaine, so he wasn't able. So Candice was giving the court case. So they didn't have time to prepare for it. So then Julian gets free from prison, which is good. Candice like, yeah, we should cheat other. Which the whole thing could have been to meet Candice, I would have been okay with. So then Leahy and Randy are worried because the boys are coming a lot more. They're coming almost every fucking day to get some money. So now George's like, we need to defend ourselves. But Marguerite is like, yo, we need to fix this, we need to fix this, we need to fix this. This is where we found the mushroom, and this is, he has a whole fucking mushroom farm. So like, well, there's a lot more mushroom than I thought. And that's pretty much it. So, again, not the most interesting thing, but kind of entertaining. It's entertaining when you know, it's entertaining and a background thing. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to check out one thing. If I have my TikTok show, I'm going to be watching my TikTok show. the ones we're going to be doing the finishing, we are at season 12, episode 7. So we're going to have 7, 8, 9, 10 to do, which is not a lot. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Now, do I have something there? I don't know if I have something. I don't know if I have one. The bathroom, I'll be right back. your mask.
Ooh. Good.
Let's chill a little bit.